Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the last model year for the 5th generation Toyota 4Runner. This is the TRD Pro. It's finished off in Terra and they have a starting MSRP right around $55,000. So hopefully you have been able to see the 6th generation for the 4Runner, which we have been able to make some content on. I will talk about that later in the test drive. But the 5th gen is powered by a 4-liter naturally aspirated V6. This is paired to a 5-speed automatic, and it pumps out 270 horsepower, 278 pound-feet of torque. This will do 0 to 60 in around 7.7 seconds, and with the TRD Pro, ground clearance is right around 9.6 inches. Now, this model has been out for quite some time, and I think it has a really nice design to it. For the Pro, you'll notice Toyota spelled out. There's a forward-facing camera, the sensor for distance pacing, lots of cutouts in that grille too. There's also some LEDs for the lighting up front where there's fog lights too, and this also has the TRD stamped skid plate in the lower section. Now the Pros also come with a hood scoop. It is not functional. It would be nice to see that at some point. And then it also comes equipped with the Nitto Terra grapplers, a matte black set of wheels, and the Fox-tuned TRD Pro suspension there. You'll notice the fender arches are body colored too. There's also body colored for the mirror caps where there's a camera and a turn signal. There's side steps for this model here. Moonroof up top along with that roof rack so you can bring some extra items with you, and just a really nice design. This is the first time I'm seeing Terra on the 4Runner, and I think it looks really nice. Now this also has the TRD exhaust tucked away on the side. There's mud flaps on this model too. And then there's also the body colored spoiler, third brake light, and wiper blade. You'll notice there's a backup camera, and then this can tow right around 5,000 pounds. There's also a full-size spare located underneath. Now, unique for the 4Runner, you have these two controls that will also lock and unlock the vehicle. A lot of people are a huge fan of this. I think more SUVs should have this option. Or you can just open up the liftgate, which is now power operated, but easy to open and close. Now you have a lot of cargo space for this utility vehicle. There's also some outlets, JBL for the audio, some tie-down hooks too. So you have a very versatile cargo space, and of course you can fold down the back seats for more space. Now there's speakers and dome lights, and then you do have 3 grab handles depending on what you need to use when. Now as we work our way to the interior, pretty simple door panel, but it gets the job done. You have some storage, a little bit up top, and then the grab handle there. Now, in order to fold these seats down, you do have to lift up the bottoms. You can fold the headrests too, which can also help better visibility for your driver, and then you can tuck that seat down where you have a little bit of a step up here, but you have an ample amount of space to load this full of items. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's some cargo nets, vents in the middle, auxiliaries down below. I have about 3 inches or so of headroom, and you can also fully recline these seats. So you can go back quite a ways to get some more comfort. And then you do have cup holders in the middle along with that armrest there. And then you can fold this middle seat down if you need to. So you can have that cut through there, which is nice. So plenty of space, honestly, for adults to ride around in the back. Now up front, you have window controls, lock and unlock, and then the storage space as you saw in back. And then TRD on the headrests for these seats. Now this has a pretty large steering wheel, but it has a nice look to it. You'll notice volume and tuning on this left side along with voice commands and some more Bluetooth controls. And then on the right side, there's the cruise control stock, distance pacing, lane keeping assist, and then you can also go through some information within the LCD screen right in the middle. So you'll notice the left side and the right side is going to be fixed with all that information. And then you have a good bit that you can scroll through within this screen here. Even some standard safety features that you can turn on and off, and you can get into some various settings depending on what you would like to see and adjust. Now there's also the mirror controls, dimmer switch, automatic headlights, a defroster, that power outlet in the cargo area, and then there's a view button where you can go through a few different angles here depending on where you need to see. Now you'll notice air vents above that and a clock too. But for this infotainment system, it is a touchscreen system, but you do have controls on the left side and the right side. So that way you can quickly get through all this information, so it's laid out very well. You have some more audio adjustments, and then all of the climates are laid out even better. You have dual zone, where you would like the air to go, fan speed, some defrosters too. There's storage and auxiliaries. This is the 4-wheel drive selector. You get 2 cup holders with some storage, and then a couple angles for reverse, along with the guidelines too that you can adjust as needed. Now you can also shift using the shifter, and then behind that there's the automatic control for that rear glass. You get heated seats, and then an auxiliary with storage in the armrest. There's a locking glove box with plenty of space, and then the rear view mirror up top, along with some off-roading technology. So there's crawl control along with your speed, which is crawl control, and then you have the multi-terrain select. So you can turn these on and off, along with having the locking rear diff, the 8-track system, traction control. There's garage door buttons, dome lights, and adjustments for that sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's pretty easy to see. So you have a lot of glass for this SUV. So from second gear, here we go. And just a mild acceleration, we can get up to speed. Now you're most likely not using this shifter to shift like what I did, but you can use it to hold a gear. So if I put it into S3, for example, it's not going to go to 4th or 5th gear. Very helpful if you're towing or you're off the pavement and you need to hold a gear. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for this generation Toyota 4Runner. It's definitely a great design. It is outdated, especially when you compare it to the next generation, of course, but that is obvious. Every model year, there's improvements, there's updates. This, I think, will age well, but it is old school technology, if you want to say that. Same with the engine, even though we have that reliable NA engine. But it is a great truck to drive. It's very comfortable. And as I mentioned earlier, this can go 300,000–400,000 miles without the blink of an eye. It is a vehicle that is truly going to be reliable and hold up well. So if you're looking for a vehicle that is going to be pretty much worry-free, very inexpensive to own maintenance-wise, keeping it out on the road, things like that, it's a great truck all around. So a lot of people daily these, a lot of people do take them off the pavement, so you have those tech features. You can tow with this. It's a rugged SUV that drives well on-road. MPG is a little low, I think, for it, but you're buying this for the purposes of it with everything else that I mentioned. But it's a great truck, even has a heated steering wheel, which I forgot to mention earlier, located down below there. The one thing I will say with this, however, is the turning radius is really not all that impressive. So if we can make a U-turn around this spot right here, we will have to back up. This is a bit of a tight spot, but for a small SUV like this, I feel like it should be a little bit better. The turning radius on my Tacoma feels like it is better, and that is a longer vehicle. But it is small. It's something that you can take on some trails. It's going to be easy to park, things like that. It provides a lot of space and capabilities for its smaller-ish size. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, along with taking a look at the content we've made on the 6th Gen 4Runner and my personal 4th Gen Tacoma, if you want to see some of the similarities with that truck and the build that I've done on it. But that is going to wrap it up. I will see you all in the next video.